Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I am back. So yesterday, I was actually going to put this reaction in my statue video, but I decided to separate them. Happy Monday. And the reason I decided to do that was because I was just like, you know what? I want to make this a separate video. Of course, I made a post to my community tab, and it's very clear that a lot of people didn't watch that live stream. And then it's also very clear that even in the comment section of that live stream that I did do, people did not watch it all the way through. And I have made it so clear that there is an attack on average women. It doesn't matter if it's financially, it doesn't matter if it's career wise, it doesn't matter if it's weight wise, it doesn't matter if it's look wise. I really do believe there's an attack on average women. And it's crazy because a lot of people feel like I don't have the right to speak on this because I don't look average. But I lived majority of my life below average to average. I used to be 358 pounds. When I was younger, I was always outcasted. I was never a part of the cool crew. I wasn't cool enough. And it's just crazy how people have these preconceived notions about you because you don't wear what you've been through. And so they feel like you don't have the right to speak on something. I was big for years. Like I've honestly, if I'm being real with y'all, like I've been big my whole life because I'm not a small girl. I'm 5'10". I'm not 5'7". I'm not 5'6". Y'all see me sitting down and you think I'm on the shorter side. No, I'm on the taller side. So when I look at the statue in Times Square, you have to understand that I have the experience of Lizzo. Lizzo is 5'10", and when Lizzo was 350 pounds, that was me. I had to see the comments that people were making about Lizzo. I had to see the backhanded compliments. I had to see how people really felt about the tall, overweight black woman. I lived that experience. I have that experience. I have the trauma. I have the scars. Just because you don't see it and I don't wear it today doesn't mean that it does not exist. So when I'm looking at this woman in Times Square, this is a statue that's huge. This statue is 12 foot. Like, that's a tall statue. Do you know what it's like to be seen as aggressive simply because you're tall? So not only do I have the experience of being a tall black woman in America and automatically being seen as aggressive, I can't walk around with a straight face. If I walk around with a straight face, I'm not doing this, you know, the animated blackface look all the time, then people automatically assume I have an attitude. I could be in a really good mood, but I'm just walking around with a plain face. Do you not understand how that's offensive to people? How people automatically think you have an attitude? Do you know who came up with resting bitch face? Black women came up with that. Black women did. Because people automatically stereotype us to have something wrong with us or having an attitude. Not only that, I also have the experience of just being a quiet girl. Just quiet. I don't speak much. Shy, timid, and black. But when you're shy and timid and black, people think that you have an attitude, or people think that something's wrong with you. People think that you're slow. People think a lot of things about you when you're just quiet, shy, and black. God has really given me an interesting journey in life, starting from at a very young age. A lot of times I've been on both sides of the fence. I have, which is why I have the experience that I have. Do you know what it's like to lose 182 pounds and come to the realization that the insecurities that you were struggling with when you were bigger were actually valid, that people did look at you differently, like that people at the time when I was younger at the time, because I've been on social media for so long, we didn't have spaces that talked about fat phobia. So when I was experiencing fat phobia at work in a toxic work environment, I didn't know that that's what I was dealing with. I didn't know that I was being undermined because of my weight, my intelligence, my ability to do my job was being undermined simply because of my weight. I have a lot of different experiences. So that was another thing that I had to deal with at the workplace. I had to deal with bullying. I had to deal with being mocked. I had to deal with people just not even being courteous, not holding doors, making sure that the elevator closes in front of my face because they don't want me to get on. Like, I had to deal with a lot of that. I had to deal with the snickering and the laughing behind my back whenever I would leave rooms or leave certain spaces. So do you know what it's like to reach 182 pound weight loss and you drastically are experiencing the difference in treatment? That it was true that people did treat you differently because of your size, that people did treat you differently because of how you looked. That is the hardest pill to swallow. So when I see the statue in Times Square and when I see the comments in the discourse, people are not honoring you. People are not honoring you in a way where you're being respected. People are mocking you. People are bullying you. People are shaming you. People are picking you apart. And in my opinion, if the purpose of the exhibit was to honor and was to showcase the average Black woman in America, but it's being perceived as mockery, bullying, and us just being dragged, us just experiencing violence, what is the point of keeping the statue up? Like, what is the point? And this is what I'm going to tell you, Black women. When I have certain opinions, sometimes it's because I ask myself, do I deserve that? Do I deserve that type of treatment? No, I don't. Do you think you deserve that? Do you think that that's the best that people can do even for the average Black woman? You really think that that's the best that they can do when it comes to you being represented? And I'm going to tell you, no, it's not the best that they can do. It's breadcrumbs. It's breadcrumbs. And the reason I say that is because I have the experience of being big and smaller. It's bullshit. They're not honoring you. They're making fun of you. So I just feel like and listen, the artist, it's subjective, right? Was his intentions in the right place? It could have been. It could have been. But one thing I've learned about America and one thing I've learned about society, it's not ready to let go of fat phobia. It's not ready to release the racism when it comes to Black women. It wants to hold on to those things. And you want to know why? Because they like seeing us oppressed. They like it. They like making fun. They like punching down. That's what they like. And one thing I need Black women to understand is that for generations, our honorable character, our honorable love, our honorable nature, how we treat people, how we show up for people, how we love, how we gather, how we celebrate everyone else, it's weaponized against you. Your innocence of wanting to live in peace with other people is weaponized against you. And that's what's always played Black women. It played our great-grandmother, it played our grandmothers, it played our mothers, because the reality is people don't want to live in harmony with us. People don't want to live in peace with us. They don't. You do. You want to live that way. You want to have the average Black woman on display and be excited about it because you're proud, as you should be, right? But they don't even want to see it that way. They don't. So you're focused on how the world should be, and you're not focusing on how the world is. And when you focus more on how the world is, you will learn how to win in it. But if you're going to keep focusing on how the world is, it's always going to put you at a disadvantage. And you're always going to be wondering, why am I always getting the shortest end of the stick? Well, you're always getting the shortest end of the stick because you just don't understand that they don't want to be in peace with you. They don't want to be happy with you. They don't want to celebrate you. That's the truth. They don't want to showcase you outside of a stereotype. So you keep waiting on black men and white men or non-black women to get it right. Stop waiting on them. If you notice, those people, black men, white men, non-black women, they have stepped up in certain positions to ensure that they are represented the way that they want. So that's what we need to be focusing on. But to keep sitting here in this victimhood mentality and doing this pattern, and it's just becoming repetitive, where we just get outraged and outraged and outraged over the same thing over and over and over again, and then we allow people to continue to play in our face and rage bait us and get us all emotionally worked up. We should already know what it is and what it's not. We shouldn't even be worked up like this anymore. At this point, we should start just ignoring it. We should. And I get it. It's hard. It's hard, right? Because we have triggers. We have trauma. Some of us even have insecurities. I get it. It takes a level of self-control. It takes a level of self-discipline. It does. And even I still struggle with that. I do. When I saw that statue, I did. I got triggered. I did. And I sat in that. I sat in that trigger and I reflected on why I felt that way. Why was I so triggered by it? And the reason was because of my trauma, being a bigger girl, and then having the experience of losing weight and knowing that people did not really support me. People pitied me. Like when I was bigger, people showed me pity. They didn't show me support. People just showed me just straight pity. And they liked the fact that I was there and they were up here. They liked that. I had the most friends when I was average and below. The most. I had the most support when I was average and below. So people are not doing what you think they are. People are doing the opposite, and then they're laughing behind your back. And I'm just real enough to tell you what it is. And then here I am being held accountable as if I'm the one doing it. And it's like, no, I'm the one pointing out what's really going on behind the mask that people like to wear. Because people like to play in your face. People do. And unfortunately, the mask was not removed until I actually became above average to be able to see people's true colors. That they never really cared about me. They didn't even want to celebrate me. They weren't really supporting me. They weren't laughing with me. They were laughing at me. They were bullying me. Those little sly remarks was bullying. And it was passive aggressive. And I used to think, oh, it's because we just been friends for so long. But no. That's how they really feel about you, though. That's how they really feel. So I'm not really here to tell you how to feel, honestly. I just gave my opinion based off my experience. And I have every right to do that as a black woman. I have every right to do that. You don't have to agree. But I have my opinion based off of my lived experiences. And I'm telling you right now that it's backhanded. It is so backhanded. And you have to know when you're being disrespected in a backhanded way. And that is what that is. And again, it may not have originally been that, but it has turned into that. It has. That's what it's turned into. Like, I'm just seeing all of the comments. And to be honest, I was really disgusted to see some black women, and this is why I'm reacting to this video today, how even some black women are responding to the figure. It's not that you're disagreeing with the figure. It's the way you're disagreeing. Oh, she's ghetto. Oh, she's a single mother. Oh, she don't got no bra on. Oh, she's sassy. She has an attitude. everything that I'm hearing is what is projected on you as a Black woman. And a lot of times we're minding our business and we're just existing. And this is a fictional statue. She's not even a real person with a personality. We don't even know what her voice sounds like. We don't know what her life story is. We're just judging her based off of how she looks. And you know what's so crazy? My weight loss revealed to me how much people judge you based off of how you look. They judge you constantly based off of how you look. And I'm not telling you this to be insecure, because honestly, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. I'm not telling you this so now that you can be hypercritical of yourself. I'm telling you this so that you can embrace yourself, because regardless, you're always going to be critiqued. You're a Black woman. Do you ever question why our mothers would be so hard on us when it came to our weight? Like, I think about my grandmother. My grandmother, she's Southern, she's Baptist, and she knows when I've gained 10 pounds and she knows when I lost 10 pounds. She knows when I've gained 20 pounds and she knows when I've lost 20 pounds. She knows when I'm up 40, down 40 pounds. And you want to know why she knows that? Because of her trauma, because of what she experienced, because of the things that she had to deal with. Do you think that just comes from just nowhere? No, it comes from a real place. It does. And I had to learn how to understand and form a relationship with my grandmother, because for the longest, I didn't understand why she was always like clocking me on my hair, my clothes, like even if they were wrinkled, if my hem was too short or too long. Hems, yes, a hem, like something so serious. And it's like, you have to understand why they're like that. They're not like that to be mean to you. They're not. It's because of what they went through, and they don't want you to go through the same thing. So again, it's kind of similar to how I feel when it comes to the statue. I don't want you to be subjected to the violence that now people want to spew towards you for being the average Black woman in America. And I thought I made that point very clear in my original live stream. The disrespect that I'm seeing the average Black woman experience is disgusting to me. It's disgusting. And no other average woman in this world would ever have to experience this level of disrespect. So that was my point. And I thought I made it very freaking clear, but apparently not. I'm not happy with how people are disagreeing with the statue. It shouldn't be based off of her being average. It shouldn't be based off of the clothes that she has on. It really shouldn't. And then it shouldn't be based off of the imaginary stereotypes that people are creating in their minds about her attitude and her life. It would have been nice to just say, you know what, I just don't like it. I think they could have done better. But to project all of these negative emotions out of thin air is insane to me. And then average Black women have to see that. It's disgusting. But then we're for women's empowerment. We're for coming together. It's all bullshit to me. What happened to Girls Girl? What happened to that? What happened to that? And you know what this is all rooted in? Male validation. The girls that are triggered, a lot of it is because of male validation. They're afraid of what men are going to say. They're afraid of what the male gaze will say. Like, she don't got no bra on because her titties are not perky enough. Where do you think they get that from? So let's just get into this video. That's why and you know what? I'm thinking about turning this into a series, because honestly, ever since I did my live stream, the algorithm is doing its job, and I've randomly been getting these videos. So let's get into it. This woman, she did such a great job. Her name is Janae. And she created this video. Hold on, let me pull it up. And she just, please, at this point, y'all, just go subscribe to her channel. She just started doing commentary because I was looking on her page and I was like, girl, you need to do commentary. Like, girl, you got it. I love her mindset. I love how she broke this down. She titled the video, "Average Women Are Getting Bullied Off the Internet." And this is something I've been seeing happen a lot lately on social media. Not only that, I'm mentoring girls that are afraid to put themselves on the internet because they're afraid to be seen. Now, why are they afraid to be seen? Because they don't feel like they're good enough. They don't feel like they fit the right aesthetic to be on social media. And you have to understand that when I started social media, I had a white refrigerator in my house. When I was doing my keto lifestyle and I was showcasing my "what did I eat in a day" video, I didn't even think twice about the fact that I had a white refrigerator. It was just so surface level. I didn't even know that you had to think about having a white refrigerator. Hell, I was just blessed to have a refrigerator. But people clock you on that. People clock you on if you don't have the most aesthetically pleasing apartment or home. You can't even just post and truly be yourself. Everything is clocked, from your hair, your makeup. Let's get into it.
Something I realized a long time ago is that women are not allowed to be ugly. No matter what you have, what you've accomplished, what you've done, what you succeeded in, being an ugly woman is unforgivable in society.
This generation, everybody want to be a bully. We bully for somebody for the way they look, the way they talk, how they dress, how they act, the type of music that they listen to. This is why nobody can be themselves. Because everybody want to be a big bully on the internet.
We are living in the age of ununiqueness, online mean girls, and the public shaming of natural bodies. And honestly, it's getting ridiculous. As a woman, all I want to do is exist. But with the constant pressure of beauty standards, it feels like existing isn't enough anymore. Now, this video is not a rant. This is a breakdown.
Okay. Can you do me a favor? Can y'all do me a favor when this video saves and go like her video? And also, if you like the content, subscribe, okay? Please do me that favor. I'll make sure to leave a link once this live stream is saved.
We're going to talk about the history of how we even got here, how platforms like TikTok are slowly morphing into Instagram 2.0, why bullying people for being normal is somehow trendy, and how every woman is not and does not have to be a baddie. So let's talk about it, because honestly, the pressure is only getting worse. Now, I'm not saying you have to subscribe. You are a classy woman. You do not give that up for free. But hopefully at the end of this video, we become bestie enough to where you feel like you can take that next step. So let's start with the root of it all, the place that's been slowly shaping how we see ourselves and how we judge others. Social media. But I want to highlight the platform that started all this mess. The one that taught us to chase aesthetics over authenticity. The one that made filters a norm, perfection the goal, and comparison a daily habit. If you haven't guessed it by now, we're talking about Instagram. Y'all remember when Instagram took over? You really had to be there. There was a time where Instagram was the place to connect with friends and share real moments with the people that you knew and loved.
I was outside when Instagram was a quirky, post how you want, how you feel, live, love, laugh type of app. No aesthetics, no trying so hard.
Back in the day, this app was goated. You would get on Insta and post whatever. Hooping with the bro, peanut butter smiley face, hashtag baby carrots. Now I gotta worry about if my fit looks good, what caption I'm gonna use.
And now, it's kind of a different story, with some people complaining how they can barely even find their friends' post anymore. Their feed is just flooded with ads, sponsored content, and influencers.
Instagram is dead nowadays. Don't even show me what my friends are doing anymore. I follow my friends, I never see them post. Instead, I see a random cat doing a dance.
Slowly but surely, Instagram became the app for validation instead of inspiration. But not before TikTok made its entrance. That's when things really started to shift. A phrase that really sticks with me and also makes me giggle just a little bit is, "This used to be a dancing app." Can we please go back to that era? It was something so fresh and new about TikTok. It was a new space, a new platform where people were just excited to be themselves, post cringy videos, and not worry about being perfect on. And don't get me wrong, when TikTok first came out, I was a professional hater. You could not pay me to download TikTok. It was very much giving, I'm not like other girls, I'm different. I refused to download TikTok, and I know a lot of us were like that too. But look at us now. scrolling like it's a full-time job. While TikTok was being upheld as a positive space to express yourselves, make people laugh, and even educate others, Instagram, on the other hand, was following a very different fate. As Instagram grew, it became the place where people could quietly view your stories, scroll past your posts, but never leave a like and comment.
Instagram is just a bunch of monitoring spirits.
Ooh, girl.
Watching each other, peeping every move in somebody's story, but not commenting or liking or showing any support.
Instagram is definitely creeper energy. It's like dark, I don't really with you, but I want to know what you're doing in your life energy.
It became the platform where people were very direct and unapologetic with their shade and backhanded comments.
Why did I post a get ready with me? And I also posted that same exact video on Instagram Reels. On TikTok, I have probably gotten maybe 2 comments. You on Instagram, y'all, I've been blocking people left and right.
The more this happened, the more people moved over to TikTok. So how come bullying is becoming a trend over there too?
Is it just me or is anyone else realizing how toxic TikTok comments are becoming? I feel like TikTok comments used to be a vibe, so funny. I would scroll through them and just laugh. TikTok comments also felt like content for me, like entertainment. But now it is so vile.
As an everyday user of TikTok, I've been noticing how a lot of the comments and phrases that we make trend are often twisted into tools to use for bullying. Some of our lucky runner-ups being, hey, so this is actually insane. Why is nobody hating? I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. And one of my favorites, post this on IG Reels. You can obviously see how chronically online I am.
The normalized culture of bullying on TikTok is a huge problem. I've lost count of the amount of videos I've seen of people who aren't conventionally pretty or can't sing, just being hounded in the comments. Even the people just saying I ran to the comments, like you are adding to the bullying.
But I am not a sensitive person. I definitely can see a joke where a joke fits. But this TikTok I'm gonna play for y'all and the comments that followed crossed a line I never thought would be crossed.
My name's Haley, and I'm a professional tennis player, and I'm in Charleston, and there's a player party tonight. Please help me decide what to wear. This is option 1, with kitten heels. Okay, please ignore my hair. I promise we'll get done later. This is option 2, with the green New Balances. It's giving cool. It's giving casual. Please help me decide. I have literally 30 minutes.
Now, some of you may be confused. This is just a video of a young woman going to TikTok to ask for advice on what outfit she should wear. But when the backhanded comments like just stay home or let's start with the hair first roll in, it becomes a breeding ground for mean girls to gather and show their true colors. I'm scrolling through these comments. I'm seeing comments like, is this an April Fool's joke? How about we just don't go anywhere? Somebody said, hi, are you serious? The hair is the least of your worries at this point. Just read a book tonight. Do we have options 3 and 4? Like, y'all, people are so mean. With some of the comments even mentioning her body shape. This one, for instance, reads, the search being square body type outfits is crazy. And someone comments under that, it's not though. People need to learn to dress for their body types. Like, I'm sorry, so now we have to dress for everyone else's approval and not for our own preference?
I just saw this tennis player come down my For You page. She just asked me what outfit she should wear to this little get together. Cute! I'm thinking...
I'm gonna just stop her because I want to say this. You want to know why this is a thing? Do you want to know why we as people argue about how Black women are represented? And then the bullying online. Do you know why this is? It's because of the Matrix. It's because of the system that you live in. It's like the Hunger Games. So we tear each other down. We go at it with each other. That's what we do. And the whole time, you know who actually profits off of that? Capitalism. We don't profit off of it. We don't. And then we're divided among each other too. It doesn't matter what race you are. All the judgment puts what? A battery in your back to do what? To excel above average or to at least pretend to be. Even if you pretend to be above average, right? You feel the need to buy designer. Who benefits that? You feel the need to get plastic surgery. Who benefits that? Then the arguing that we do on social media. Who benefits that? Who actually benefits from the engagement? It's not just the content creators. You have to think bigger than that. Who benefits from us going back and forth with each other every single day? Bullying each other, increasing the engagement. It's the Hunger Games. Like, we have really turned social media and we have really turned just this whole experience of being in the system into the Hunger Games. And it's getting vicious out here. And it's going to get even crazier with the recession. And then even if you notice, you see the celebrities having a Hunger Game with the influencers because they're fighting over brand deals now. Then you see people in the comments section. They're fighting over how the influencers should look. It's like Hunger Games at different levels. This is like real. And I don't even think people are seeing it that way. Even with the statue of the black woman in Times Square, the reason, like, even black women, we're at it right now. Like, I have people coming at me sideways because all I said was, based off of my experience, if the statue is not going to be in Times Square to where black women are honored and respected, then just take it down, because we have to face the aggressive backlash and violence from people. We're being cyber attacked right now. And people, did y'all not see the titles of the videos that I read off? I still have them right here. Hold on, let me read them to you. This is violence. This is violence. It says big back black woman. Okay? So right there, the title, and then this is another thing that's so sick, right, about black women particularly, is that why do platforms allow this type of stuff? This is the title of the YouTube video. So everyone that hates on black women, they have a place to go. They're seeing the title like, oh yes, let me click on that. But why is YouTube even allowing that? When I create certain titles, my stuff get demonetized quick, fast, in a hurry. So like, not only like black women are getting hit from all angles, from the algorithm to YouTube allowing the content on the platform. It's like nonstop. That's why I wanted it to be taken down. It's the violence, y'all. So you have big back black woman, giant statue, morbidly obese woman, obese single black woman, fat black lady, overweight black woman. And then it's so interesting to me. Fake Queen Latifah statue in Times Square. Like, I can't make it up. And again, my opinion is rooted in, I don't deserve that. I'm like, when you're a woman and you really decenter men, you start thinking about what you deserve. You put yourself first. So when it comes to a lot of my commentary, if I don't agree with something, it's not because of the surface level of, I don't agree with the average black woman being represented. No, I don't agree with how the average black woman is being treated. And I don't believe we deserve that. I believe we deserve better than that. And so I'm going to ask you, when it comes to all the violence that you're seeing behind the statue, do you really think you deserve that though? Do you really think you deserve these titles where people are able to gather in your image and talk about you and degrade you and disrespect you? I don't think you deserve that at all. Average in all. Below average. I don't think any human being truly deserves that. So I want it taken down for that reason. That's what I'm talking about. But again, back to the Hunger Games. It's like social media has really turned into Hunger Games. And everyone is chasing. At this point, I don't even know what people are chasing anymore. I really don't. I don't know if it's clout. I don't know if it's validation. It could be a combination of all. I don't know if it's money. It has really turned into the Hunger Games. And it's starting to feel like a Black Mirror episode. Like, you can't convince me we're not in a Black Mirror episode. Or some type of simulation of some sort. Like, I feel like we're being documented or reported on. Like, this is an experiment, and there are like doctors in the background, and they're monitoring us on a daily basis, and they're looking at the algorithm, and they're just like documenting everything and writing everything. I can't help but think to see that in my mind. It gives me Maze Runner. I can't help but to see it. I know for a fact, like, I know that that's what they're doing. You can't tell me they're not doing that. I see them in the white coats, and they're just, every little thing that we do, documented. I feel like Black women, we have a category of our own. It's really crazy.
Yeah, Alpha 2, the one with the green, that was real cute, but I love the kid who was in Alpha 1. I go in the comments thinking you can help her decide. You talking about some, oh, you masculine, you built like a square.
Crazy.
What the f is wrong with you?
This used to be a dancing app. In the right day and age of the girls girl movement,
Ooh,
there are a lot of mean girls hiding in the shadows.
And the way y'all ate me up on my birthday, y'all are not girls. Why y'all be preaching girls. I thought I was Big Stepper. I knew I was cute. I ain't wear no makeup. I was eating. Then I get on Instagram and I just see everybody sharing pictures and laughing. And I'm like,
I hate that her TikTok winded up on the For You page of the most vile, mean girls that have nothing else to do but tear somebody else down.
That's
Haley,
crazy.
I hope your pillow is cold on both sides tonight. But as sad as I am to say this, I'm really not surprised at the energy that's shown towards her. Because we are currently living in the time of always needing to step. And if you don't know what that means, it's a common term that's used in the Black culture. Basically, it means to show up and show out. And if you don't know what that means, child... Look it up, Urban Dictionary. I don't know where this narrative has came from, but in 2025, if you're not serving looks, if you don't have a Coca-Cola body, if you aren't aesthetically pleasing, you're less than. Somehow being normal isn't normal anymore. And I know what you're thinking.
Janae, go touch grass. There's normal people everywhere.
Just listen to me. Just because we see normal everyday people living their lives, it doesn't mean that the social pressure to keep up isn't real. And I got a comment on my last video, why Black men's love for natural hair isn't adding up. If you haven't seen that video, it's a juicy breakdown you're not gonna want to miss. I'll leave it in.
Do I need to react to that one? Because I haven't watched it, y'all. Do I need to react to that? Anyway, I want people to also understand this. I hope I'm making myself clear on this. It's not because there's a group of Black women that are like, I feel like you're trying to push that we should just show up any type of way. No, I believe there's a time and a place. I do. And that's why I don't agree with the statue right now, because the time doesn't make sense with the climate of today politically. We're not outside protesting. So why are they making us the face of any movement right now? It doesn't even make sense. We're not outside. So no, I'm like, I know this is the internet, and the internet is like, oh no, we need to jump from one extreme to the next. What happened to balance? I feel like I'm always talking about balance. What happened to that? What happened to being normal? What happened to that? Like, it's like you can't be normal at all. You can't be normal at all. You have to be put together. You have to be Black excellence. Like, and then the worst part, another thing too, that I don't really see people talking about, even when you're outside, right? And you're not on social media. You are outside touching grass. You having a good time. You got to worry about somebody recording you without your permission. You have to worry about somebody recording you. Like, there was a video on TikTok, and it was a couple that was celebrating Mother's Day on their balcony. And somebody from a higher floor than them was recording the whole little private, intimate moment that they had. Then there was another situation where there was a Black woman that was being proposed to on a beach. And this random lady, it was innocent. It was. But still, it's like, I don't think they were expecting for a complete stranger to record them and then post it on TikTok and then it went viral. I don't think they were really planning for that. And who's to say they wanted that? You know, like, it's like people are just picking up the phone, recording every little thing. And so it's like, even if you do try to go outside and just live a normal life and be carefree, you still have to worry about somebody recording you and posting you on social media. Like, you don't get a break from it. You really don't. So I don't know what to tell the girls. Like, I really don't. I don't want you to be subjected to bullying. I don't feel like you deserve that. And the reason I don't think you deserve it is because I don't deserve it. So I'm going to extend that same thought process to you. So no, I'm just like, it's becoming too much, y'all. It's becoming way too much.
In the description box below. But I got a comment of someone asking, who is social media? Because I'm quick to say social media does this and social media sees that. Social media, in my aspect, is the mass. It's the collective energy of people who post, comment, share, basically shape the narrative. And of course, there are corners of the internet that are different, but I focus on the areas that directly relate to the topic at hand. Now, an honorary mention of someone who made waves not too long ago, the green dress lady. She decided to speak out about how women these days aren't stepping when it comes to going out, especially when it comes to going to the club.
I don't know what's happening to club culture, but the girlies are not wearing heels in the clubs anymore. And as a 34-year-old, I know I don't look my age, But as a 34-year-old, do we need to come out of retirement and teach the girls how to wear heels, or like what heels you need to shop for? Because the amount of flats and sandals that I saw, it just like, I don't know, there's just something about a cute little heel, you know? You just we gotta figure it out.
And this backfired horribly for her. When I tell y'all my For You page was full of stitches, commentary, videos, it went on for about a week of people just clocking her tea.
Yo, what did you do? I just made a video. You came for Gen Z on the internet. That's a suicide mission.
I definitely do hear where she's coming from, and while she might have been joking, it's one thing to have your opinion and it's another thing to make women feel some type of way about what they want to wear, especially when they're just trying to have a good time and stay comfortable while at it. And to branch off of that, currently people are talking about milkmaid dresses in the club. And if you don't know what a milkmaid dress is, it's that cottage core girl fluffy.
I love it.
But right now, as we speak, there are debates going on about people who decide to wear those type of dresses in the club. And a lot of people are tying it into modesty and basically saying how it just doesn't fit the club look.
Now, while I feel a milkmaid dress, that's supposed to be for brunch, you know, day party type of thing. You can definitely get away with a milkmaid dress on a Sunday fun day, but if you decide on a Saturday night at 11 p.m. that you want to go hit up the club in your milkmaid dress,
at this point, judging people based on what they want to wear on their bodies, on their skin, is a bit crazy. It's almost as if people want everything to be the same and to have the same aesthetic.
And that's what be y'all, that's what be killing me. People be complaining like, why everybody look the same? Everyone has the same face. Y'all have bullied them into looking the same. Like, what? Y'all have bullied them. This gives mean girls, you can't sit with us because you're not wearing pink. We wear pink on Wednesdays. So it's like we talking out of two sides here, ladies. We really are. We really are. We really are. And then, not to mention that, but these sassy men, you know, the ones that be rolling their neck and all of that, they copy what we do. They literally take the sayings that we come up with and they use them against us. So we have to be careful. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And what's wrong with the milk dresses? I like them. I like the cottage aesthetic. I love all of that. I love it all. I love it all. I like the girls in the Instagram baddie. I like the girls in the clean aesthetic. I like the athletic aesthetic. I like the Pilates girlies. I like it all. I like it all. Do you not understand? The world would be so boring if we weren't our individual selves. I love that. I love the Erykah Badu girlies. I love the girls that are, you could tell they're herbalists. You can see the crystals around their necks and in the head wraps. I love all of that. Keep it all. We don't want to get rid of any of it. Honestly, we don't. I love it, y'all. I love it. If you look at my friend group, they all dress differently. We don't dress the same. We all dress like individuals. And I love that. Like, I don't want everyone to look the same. That's weird to me. That's weird. That's why I stay away from the girls where they be like, that's my twin. That's my sissy. That's my twin. I stay away from the girls that are like that. Because typically they in competition with each other. And typically when they are in competition with each other, they tend to look like twins. That's why I'm just like, Listen, there is nothing wrong with you being yourself. I support that 1,000%. Be yourself. Love who you are and be yourself. You only have one life to live. You don't get to live this life again. I mean, well, I ain't coming back. I'm telling y'all, this is the last time y'all gonna see me. I'm not coming back to earth. I can't even believe I signed up for this. Like, I need to talk to God about this. Like, did I really sign up for this? Because ain't no way in hell I signed up for this. This is the package. Because I don't this is too much. People have like lost it. So I'm not coming back. But since I'm not coming back, I'ma make it worth my while, girl. I sure am. I'ma wear what I want to wear. I'ma do my hair how I want to do my hair. If I want to wear makeup, I'ma wear makeup. If I don't want to wear makeup, I'm not wearing makeup. If I don't want to wear the fake nails, I'm not wearing the fake nails. If I do want to wear the fake nails, I'm wearing the fake nails. Like I'm just, and listen, I'm doing it in a way that is strategic, right? Because I am a black woman. Time and a place. but I'm still going to have fun in this life. Like, I'm not going to be boring and feel like I have to follow these imaginary rules. They don't even exist. And then, you know what I be finding to be so interesting too? Is like girls be mad at you when you don't follow the rules. And it's like, girl, why are you? No one told you to follow the rules. There are no rules to follow. None. And then they get mad at you when you don't follow the rules and they feel like you pull it off. Well, I pull it off because I want to. Because I feel confident in me not following the rules. So you don't have to follow the rules. You're choosing to. You're choosing to. And then to be honest, a lot of these rules are stupid anyway. They're meant to be broken because they're stupid. They really are. They're rooted in people caring so much about how they're going to be judged by others. Too much. To the point where they don't feel like they can really be themselves. They have to perform all the time. And have you ever thought that maybe those spaces are just not for you? If you feel like you have to show up that way, have you ever thought that maybe you shouldn't be in those spaces? That those spaces are not authentically for you? I'm just saying. I'm just saying because I changed up my social circle. I changed up my environments. I don't struggle with that. I don't even struggle with social anxiety like I used to. I used to struggle with that. But then I realized the reason why I'm struggling with social anxiety is because I'm putting myself in certain environments where I can feel the judgment. So it's crazy how you surround yourself around people who accept you for who you are and how you feel right at home. You don't have to worry about social anxiety. You don't have to worry about somebody policing you and clocking you all the time. They welcome you for who you are. So maybe changing your environment is it. Maybe changing your timeline, your news feed is it. But listen, also maybe blocking people on social media is something that you need to do. Because I be doing that on my personal Instagram. I just be blocking people. And then I ain't even gonna lie. Sometimes I tell people how I really feel and then block their ass. Because you're not about to come on my page and talk to me crazy and then I'm not going to defend myself. That's another thing. We have facilitated this culture now where you can't defend yourself. The hell you can't? Somebody come on your page and talk to you crazy. You can't defend yourself. In what world, in what environment does that ever happen? Unless it's at work. Unless it's at work and you have to be a little creative. You have to be nice, nasty, and passive aggressive and politically correct. But social media, excuse me, like, no, I'm going to tell you about yourself after I clicked on your profile, and then I'm going to send the comment, and then I'm going to block you. I've been doing it lately. It makes me feel good because you're not about to just sit here, and I'm not about to feel like I'm that 8-year-old girl who used to get bullied on the school bus, and I just didn't defend myself because I was so busy turning the other cheek. And you know what? We live in a world where people don't care about you turning the other cheek. They treat you that way because they feel like they can. They talk to you that way because they feel like you can. So you have to show them that you can't talk to me like that. You can't just come on my Instagram and talk to me crazy. And then there was a girl the other day, she left a crazy comment. And I was like, so then I went to click on the comment. Do you know it was deleted? It was deleted because she knew better. She knew she was going to get blocked because she knew she fucked up and said some stupid shit on my page and she knew she was going to get removed. And that's another thing about social media. People want access to you because they benefit having access to you. Like they may find you as inspirational. They may find you as motivational. They may want to use your content to suit them. But in reality, they don't really like you like that. They really don't like you like that. They like what you can do for them or what your content does for them, but they don't really like you like that. So let me find out. I'm telling you, I'm gonna block you. It is no secret. If I block my own father, I will block you. My brothers have been blocked on my social medias for years. What makes you think I'm not gonna block you? They got unblocked recently. My brothers haven't been blocked for 2 years. 2 years. And you know what? They've been on their best behavior. So what makes you think that you're anything different? I don't even know you. They know me. Hell, they grew up with me and I blocked them. I block anybody. Like I feel like you giving weird vibes and I feel like you have something negative to say, I'm just going to remove you. Since you don't have the self-control or the self-discipline to remove yourself from people online because you don't like what they're posting or you don't like what they're doing, I'm going to be that person that's going to remove you for you since you can't do that for yourself because that's what adults do. That's what adults do. People just don't know how to do that. So part of the issue too is you have a lot of people that are chasing clout and they want a large following group. You're afraid to block people. Why? Them people are not for you. All they're going to do is tear down your mental health. So you need to protect your mental health. So if you see some weird shit on your page, and then that's another thing I noticed too on social media, is that once there's a negative comment, then people feed off of it. They hop on it. Do you not understand when I see a negative comment, sometimes I leave it there and I just want to see who's going to gravitate towards it. And then I look at the likes and I block every last person because I'm petty like that. I'm petty like that. Why are you here? Why are you on my page? Like, it's weird. It's weird. Some of y'all need to get stricter when it comes to your social media because you're so busy just chasing a number. You're not understanding that you're not being respected. That's what it is. You're chasing money, clout, and a number and a following. You're not demanding respect. And that's why you defend yourself. That's why you speak up for yourself. You don't allow just people to talk to you crazy and walk all over you. You speak up for yourself and you defend yourself. And sometimes that means blocking them. Okay? Seriously, I had to go to therapy to learn how to be confrontational because I wasn't a naturally confrontational person. I just wasn't. It was never taught to me. I was taught to turn the other cheek. I was taught to teach people to treat people with kindness. But you know what? We live in a world where people don't extend that to you. They don't extend kindness to you. And that's back to what I was saying earlier. People are so focused on how the world is and you're not living in the reality. No. You're focused on how the world should be and you're not living in the reality of how the world is. And then because of that, you're allowing people to disrespect you. You're allowing people to mistreat you. You're allowing people to walk all over you. Stop doing that. And then you don't get a reward. You don't. People don't look at you any different. That's another thing. It's like you could be the kindest soul and you defend yourself one time and all of a sudden you a mean girl. So be it. Be the villain. Be the villain. Be the villain. And then have you ever thought about all the villains that we've seen as kids? All of the villains really were bullied. They were bullied. Like I was watching Snow White, the queen. The reason why she was bullying Snow White was because she was told that she wasn't the fairest of them all. She wasn't the most beautiful of them all. So she ended up being the villain. And I'm not saying how she went about it was right. I'm just saying that she wasn't like she wasn't necessarily wrong. She just was wrong in how she went about handling it. And all I'm going to say is just remove people. Like just block people. That's what I'm just remove you from my life. I may defend myself and I may not. And it really just depends on my mood. Sometimes I just block people and move on. But sometimes I allow people to have a piece of my mind. Because why are you even like, why? Why? And then a lot of times, thank you for the super chats. A lot of times people are coming at you sideways because they feel negatively about what they're seeing in you. And then they feel less of themselves. So they're projecting these negative emotions based off of how they feel onto you. And you don't deserve that. You don't deserve that at all. So either tell them a piece of your mind or just block them. But don't just let people just walk all over you and then still have access to you. Absolutely not.
Literally in the era of copy and paste beauty. Where has all the uniqueness gone?
I just recently seen a TikTok where a man was basically saying the women nowadays are starting to look the same. Specifically around the ages of 16 through like the mid-20s. Everybody want to get their lips done. Everybody want to get their body done. You can't go out the house unless you got makeup done. Or you got lashes on, or your hair is just top notch. It's like the women nowadays got to have this certain type of aesthetic.
Now we're taking this segment of the video with a grain of salt because we did mention earlier in the video that there are normal and unique people everywhere in the world when you go outside. But we're going to look at social media and how it seems like everyone wants to fit into the same beauty standard. And if you don't look like that beauty standard, you're looked down on. It seems like everyone's morphing into the same look, the same style, the same vibe. You scroll through your feed and suddenly every woman has that same...
And I want to speak on my experience when it comes to being the Instagram baddie. When I was in that aesthetic, I was the most depressed. And you want to know why? Because I was chasing the algorithm And I was trying to get on like pages like Fashion Nova, Pretty Little Things. And I honestly can say I was the most depressed because if I posted a photo or if I posted something that fit the aesthetic, but it still didn't get reposted by Fashion Nova or Pretty Little Things, then I would look at myself differently. And it defeated the whole purpose of me being a plus size Instagram model. It defeated the purpose because if the purpose is to be body positive, the purpose is to encourage other women to embrace their bodies. But here you are looking at yourself differently because you're not getting reposted and you're chasing the algorithm. You're chasing likes. You're chasing engagement and comments and things like that. It just defeats the whole experience, doesn't it? That's why I don't do fashion content, beauty content. People always ask me that. And I'm like, I really clocked out of that because I asked myself earlier within my blogging career, I'm like, what kind of blogger do you want to be? And I didn't want to be a sellout. I got to be honest with you. I didn't want to be a sellout. So and when I mean my sellout is based off of my authenticity. It's not based off of yours. So I felt I was selling myself short. So I decided to not sell myself short, and I decided to just tap out of the whole fashion and beauty stuff. Plus, I came to the realization that it's fake. Like body positivity, fake. Girl, fake. A lot of the things that I just strongly believed in, I just came to the realization how fake it was. And it's just like I couldn't be a part of it knowing that it was fake. And when I got into it young and naive and I didn't know any better. And then once I was like in it and I was in the industry, that's when I realized how fake it was. It was just super, 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 super fake. So I just didn't want to be a part of that. I'm like, I want to be a part of something real. And I just felt like that era of social media, it wasn't for me. Not based off of my authenticity. And I cannot stress that enough. My authenticity, not yours, mine. And I've always been authentic. I've always been myself at different sizes, different tax brackets, whether I was broke or whether I have money. I've always been myself. And so I broke away from that because I couldn't be myself. That's what it was about. So it's based off of my authenticity. It's not based off of yours. Some girls are out here and they are being themselves by being Instagram baddies. Some of them are. Like, they are like that. Prime example is Jackie Aina. People be giving her a hard time because she be steaming her sheets. But my grandmother was like that. Like, as crazy as it sounds, my grandmother, she would steam her sheets. But then my grandmother also, when she was younger, she worked in a hotel. And so when she worked in the hotel, she used to steam sheets. So even though I wouldn't steam sheets, my grandmother would love to watch Jackie Aina steam sheets because my grandmother is naturally like that. So it just depends on your authenticity. Everyone's authenticity is different and you can't measure it based off of other people. There are some girls out here where the Instagram baddie is really them. But is it all of us though? No. Some girls are the clean girl aesthetic. I don't feel like I can be that. It's a Virgo thing and I can't. It's either Virgo or Capricorn. I don't know how y'all do that. I would literally go insane. But I just feel like the clean girls, a lot of y'all are Virgos and Capricorns, and I feel like that's y'all. Like that's you, sis. But it would drive me insane. I have ADHD. It would drive me insane. I would go nuts. But that's you though. Find out who you are. That's what I'm stressing here. Geminis, y'all probably have different moves every other day. You dress one way this way, and the next day you dress in this way. Next week, you done cut your hair off, and then the next week after that, you done put on a wig. It's like, just be yourself. Whatever that is, just be yourself. Be appropriate, okay? Because be appropriate. There's a time and a place, but be yourself, though. Be yourself. Show up in a way that serves you while also being yourself.
Same perfectly sculpted look, the same lip fillers, the same BBL. They're going to the same doctor to get the same facelift. Even their makeup is exactly the same. And I am in no way speaking down on the women who are like this. What gets me are the women who are not like this.
Oh, you can't find this in the store. Not this, baby. This right here. This is customized.
Just a woman who claims that she used to think she was ugly and now she doesn't. And we have comments like, I was waiting for the after, me waiting for the transition. Oh, look, please post this on Instagram comment. Not surprised. But one comment that really stuck out to me, and it wasn't a hate comment, thank God. Someone said, social media has really tainted people to think that everyone has to fit into one aesthetic. And she ate that. And trying so hard to fit into this baddie mold, what's really happening is that we're erasing the things that actually make us interesting. Our unique quirks, our individual style, and the real raw beauty of just being ourselves. So here's the bottom line. It's okay to be regular. It's okay to be normal. It's okay to be different. Not every woman is a baddie. And honestly, that's the most baddie thing you could be right now.
Y'all, it kind of reminds me of when I moved into this apartment and when I got my couch, my mother, she was like, you don't have any kids. You should get a cream couch. And I'm like, but cream is not, that's not me. I don't want cream. And it wasn't that cream is not nice. Cream is nice. Don't get me wrong. I love that clean cream look, but it's not me. It's my mother though. My mother, if she didn't have kids, everything would be cream and white. That's her. But me, I don't know. I'm more on the artistic side. Like I like vibrant colors. I like richness. I like earth tone colors. I like playing with different colors, textures, patterns. That's just me. But my mom is like that clean cream look. And I told her, I was like, I love that. And I almost allowed her to influence me because I'm like, you're right. I don't have kids. I should probably get cream. Like I started thinking like, you know what? I should take advantage of the fact that I don't have kids, that I should get a cream couch. But then I'm like, that's not me. I would be depressed waking up every day in just cream. I like color. So everyone is going to be different, and you just got to stay true to who you are and what you like, because that's going to make you happy. The girls are depressed. The girls feel like they're not good enough. And the reason is because, well, you're trying to fit into something that you're not. That's not you. That's her. And it looks great on her. And what looks good on you or what looks great on you will look great on you. And part of confidence is truly just going with what you like, what you enjoy, how you want to show up. A lot of people don't understand this, but part of my level up when it comes to my look, I really leveled up when I started just focusing on what I liked and what I felt looked good on my body. I stopped chasing the trends and things like that, because honestly, y'all, I look back at some photos when I was out here chasing trends, I look crazy. I look crazy. And if y'all notice, I kind of stay in the 90s girl aesthetic. But that's because I just naturally fit into that aesthetic. But honestly, like the 90s girl, early 2000s, that's just my vibe. That's my vibe. If I put on too much makeup, I look like I have on too much makeup. But I've seen other girls where they could put on a lot of makeup and they look good still. They look amazing still. But me, it's just too much. I look made, and I don't want to look like that. So if you notice over the years, I've really pulled back how much makeup I'm wearing, because I feel like that's not me, and I don't need it. Other girls can do it and look extremely like bomb. Like I've seen it. I've seen the Instagram baddie makeup in person. I've seen it on social media. It really does look good, but it doesn't look the same on me though. And I had to accept that. And then another thing too, when I first started watching YouTube videos and I was watching a ton of black women when it came to their eyebrows. The reason why my eyebrows used to look so crazy when I first started YouTube was because I was watching other black women that had thin brows and I have thicker brows. And so I'm over here following their tutorial, filling in my brows more than I really needed to. And I ended up looking crazy. And that's the thing. Sometimes what looks good on the next woman, it may not transfer and look the same on you. It doesn't mean that you're ugly. It doesn't mean that you're not beautiful. It just means that what's for her may not serve you in the same way. And it's just more about learning more about who you are and coming into who you are and embracing who you are, and not really copying and pasting what another woman is doing, because again, it may not transfer the same, and that's okay. It doesn't make you any less, and it doesn't make her any less. It's just, you got to know who you are, and you got to just stay true to that. And ever since I started doing that and I stopped chasing the trends and things like that, I really came into my look. I really came into myself, and I feel confident in it. And that's the most important part. It's not even that, oh, I feel like I'm not good enough, or I feel like I'm not this or I'm not that. And listen, I have to be honest with you. I tried the crazy stuff, right? Because the crazy stuff is how I'm so confident in me not feeling like I need to chase the trends. I went through that phase, and I'm glad I went through that phase, because now I know what works for me and what does not. So embrace yourself whole, love yourself. And yes, the average woman deserves love, respect, admiration. The average woman deserves to be admired. The average woman deserves to be seen. But if we're not going to be seen and respected, I don't believe you deserve that. And that's my opinion. I don't believe you deserve that. So if you're not going to be loved and respected, I feel like you shouldn't be in that space, and you shouldn't be in that environment. I feel like you should be in a different space, in a different environment. And it may not be Times Square, unfortunately, because America is not ready for that. And you know, it's crazy. America is not ready for a lot of things, to be honest. Like, America is not ready for women to have liberation and freedom, because at every turn they're trying to get us back in line. They're trying to get us back under control. You know, they're trying to get us to have children, and they haven't even met our demands. Are y'all noticing that? I want to do a video about children as well. Like, this whole women are not having children. Do you not see how they're upset about that? And it's just like, y'all have not even made it interesting enough for us to even want to have kids. The educational system is trash. I am talking to teachers, and they're saying that the kids are not listening. The teachers are not supported. Then you have the childcare aspect of that, how it's expensive. It's not even affordable. Then to have a baby in a hospital, it's like almost $50,000. Well, it's $50,000 depending on what state, and it could be $50,000 plus to have a child. Then another thing, women don't get enough time with their newborn baby. They only get, like, depending on your job and your benefits, you may only get like 2 weeks, 4 weeks. That's not enough time to spend with a newborn child. Like, they're not even meeting our demands when it comes to kids. Then my kid has to survive elementary. My kid has to survive middle school. My kid has to survive high school, whether it's cyberbullying, whether it's bullying on school property. They have to deal with also school shootings. They have to deal with being behind because maybe the school setting is outdated, like the whole classroom setting is outdated. They don't want to change that. They don't want to upgrade that. It's just like they're not really listening to women at all. They're not really trying to meet us halfway. They just want us to give to them in ways that benefit them, but not in ways that benefit ourselves. And then it's like men are trying to throw up in our face, so you're just not going to leave a legacy. At this point, I think passing through is the best choice for me. Passing through. And then another thing too that I want to point out too, when I was coming up, my parents, they prepared me for a future. If I was to have a child today, I don't even know what future I would prepare them for. I don't. Like, my parents told me when I was coming up, and even this future is still debatable, but when I was coming up, they were like, graduate high school, go off to college, get a degree, you'll get a good job. I can't even like tell people college is like what you need to do, because I don't even know if it's gonna work out for you. I can't even guarantee that. I can't anymore. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what you should do. That's the truth. And I'm an adult. Millennials, we are the adults. Do you know what to tell people nowadays? I don't know. Education is important. Don't get me wrong. But is it really worth going into debt though? Because I'm supposed to tell my kid to go to college, get a degree, accumulate that debt, and then they may not get a job to pay off the debt that they accumulated while they were in school. It's too unpredictable. Too unpredictable. And then groceries are expensive. School is not safe. I mean, it's they want women to be logical, right? They complain about, we're so emotional. Okay, well, now we're being logical and the math is not mathing. It's not making sense. It's not. So whenever somebody is asking me about my legacy, at this point, I'm just passing through because what would I leave them? Like, what would I leave my legacy to? Like, what am I leaving them in what world? And then they're black. Even if I was to get with a non-black man and have his kids, they still gonna be half black. And you know, there's things that come with that, right? So it's like, what would I even be subjecting my kids to? And then the American dream has never been for black people. It ain't never been for black people. So it's just, I don't know. It just got me thinking differently. I love kids. I believe it's truly a blessing to be able to have a child. And I think the biggest reward, even though parents sacrifice, I believe the biggest reward as a parent is to see your child grow. To see them grow, to see them, to be able to see who they turn into. To be able to see what they accomplish in life. I think that's the most beautiful thing about parenthood. But unfortunately, with me just being real and realistic and logical, it just does not make sense. And I don't think that that's something I'll be able to experience because I'm looking out into the world and I'm just like, I don't even know what to make of it. I don't know what to make of the world. So to have a child and not know what to make of the world, I just don't like how that sounds. I don't like how that sounds. And when I was coming up, my parents were just so confident with their parenting. They were so sure with their parenting, and they had a strong belief. They had a strong foundation when raising us, and I don't even feel that confident. So I don't know what to think. I don't know what to do. But I'm tired of hearing the conversations about women are not having children. Can we talk about why? Can we actually break it down? Like, can we talk about the child care? Can we talk about the time from work, the time off from work? Can we talk about how women are not supported in relationships with men when it comes to the pregnancy, the after pregnancy? Can we talk about how women are not emotionally supported? And then could we also talk about how even women who have a village, they're saying that it's not enough. I don't know why that is. I don't think that there's an attack on motherhood. I think women are just being honest. That's it. I think women are just being honest about their situation. And then they're allowing us to determine if that's truly for us. And they're being honest about it. They're being more honest than mothers are being more honest than they have ever been. And I thank y'all for that, because it's so easy to just give in to the pressure of motherhood just because that's what everyone is expecting of you. But it doesn't seem like you're well supported. And I believe mothers should be well supported. And it's so crazy to even say that. It's crazy to say that a mother being well supported is something that even needs to be talked about. Am I the only one that thinks that's crazy? I think it's insane. If it wasn't for mothers, we wouldn't be here today. Why is it such a fight for them to get support? That is insane to me. So I'm going to start doing some reactions when it comes to children so that we can start that conversation, because it's not that women just don't want to have kids. Women are listening to mothers, and mothers are being honest. And it has us second guessing if that is something that we want to do. And it has nothing to do with, we just don't want to. Well, some people just don't want to sacrifice. And then that's another thing. Some people don't know how to respect people who don't want to be selfless. Because for you to be a parent, you have to be selfless. You have to. There's no way around it. It's a 24-hour job. There are no days off. Sick or in good health, you have to be a parent and you have to show up every day. And that's not easy. It's not. And then I'm also I saw that DeVal interview, and I feel mixedly about it, but I've never heard a man really be honest about providing for a family. I've never seen that aspect of it, because most men are not vulnerable like that. But it's very clear he's under a lot of stress when it comes to being the man of the house and providing for his family and keeping up with that. Because once you have a family and you bring kids into it, you have to keep up with that. It's not something where you just have the family, you have the kids, and then you just throw your hands up. It's like, no, you have to keep up with that. You have to juggle that. And it takes a lot of work. I don't think people understand how much work it actually takes to have a family. It takes a lot of work. It does. But then on another hand, was he trying to steal her moment? I just gotta ask, because was DeVal trying to steal Kadim's moment? Can y'all comment down below? You want to know why I stopped? I used to be such a big fan of them, but I fell back on watching because I love them so much, and I love their family. I love and respect their marriage, that when they started oversharing, I didn't want to know. when they started like posting more, or when they started like really like letting us into their lives, I didn't want to know. Like, and it was because I really respected their family and their relationship so much, to the point where I didn't want to know what was going on. Like, I didn't want to know every little thing about their marriage and their family and their relationship. I didn't. I liked how it was like lighthearted and it was like here and there. And now it's just, it's too much. And that's why I stopped watching them. Like I used to watch them pretty consistently, but then it just became too much. So I don't know. When I respect your marriage, or when I respect your relationship, I don't want to know too much. I'm one of those people. I don't want to know too much about your relationship. I don't want to know too much about the problems you're having in your marriage. I don't want to know none of that. I really don't. I just want to respect your relationship and not know anything at all, honestly. So that's just me. Let me know what I should talk about next. People want me to talk about Jasmine Brown. And I'm trying to think if I should do a dedicated video for that. People want me to talk about Jasmine Brown being pregnant for a second time. And y'all just gonna have to stay tuned for that one, because I need to put that together. I do. I need to, because we gotta go back. We gotta go back. We gotta go back. I gotta bring my receipts. So y'all just gonna have to stay tuned for that. Give the video a thumbs up, and I hope to catch you in my next one.